brown spirits in the tequila world, so I don't want to bore you with a million details. But as I mentioned earlier, some of the steps we take during the process, the oxygenation that makes it just beautifully glycolic and smooth, the use of 2-year-old barrels, the fact that we get rid of 45% of the heads and tails in the distilling pot, get rid of all the negative gases, the negative sediment, gives us pure juice. Even, as a matter of fact, in between the distilling, oxygenation, we actually try to chill it and freeze it. Now, alcohol won't freeze, but if there's any remnant of any sediments, they get frozen and they get filtered out. So we take a lot of steps. So when you notice these are in a champagne glass. I'm very big on aromatics and fine tequila. So a wine glass tends to be concave because when you swirl it, the aromatics go back into the glass. So you get beautiful aromas. So that's why you get it served this way. So we'll go blanco to añejo, and we'll do the extra añejo last. Okay. That blanco, if you swirl it a little bit, it's going to have great legs. It just sticks to the side of the glass. It's got a great glycolic feel to it all. But the mouth feel, it's just, have a taste, and you'll see that for a typical blancos, the rest of the world, you get this burning sensation, very minor burn, but you get on the side of your tongue this very beautiful kind of creamy glycolic feel to it all. Yeah. And yet it's still a blanco. It still has that peppery, earthy, spicy feel to it all. Yeah. But it's not abusive. It's very soft, very traditional of what agave should be all about. Okay. And so it gets distilled, then it gets bottled for the blanco. That same blanco goes into a wood barrel. After 2 months, it can be legally called a reposado. Okay. We do ours for 7 months, which is 2.5 times the minimum requirement. But remember that we start with 2-year or 3-year-old barrels that have very soft. Maybe they have 30% of the wood leaching ability into it, so it doesn't overpower. So if you try the middle one, which is my favorite, by the way, people talk about our añejo. I love
swirl all of them, correct?
Yeah,
we don't expect you to drink all those.
Yeah,
just
kind of
yeah.
I mean, you can drink whatever you want, but just have a little sip.
No, it's about that time, I think.
No problem. I'll order a sandwich for you. No problem.
Listen, it's 5 p.m. somewhere, like in London or
Chips,
something
dip, and
like that.
guacamole coming up.
So this reposado to me, it's got this wonderful fresh feel to it. It's got just a touch of the pepper, earthy, and spice, and it's got beautiful notes of wood. It's refreshing, and when you begin to age spirits, whether it's Scotch or they get muddled between the wood impact and the fruit. These have got very different, separate notes. You get a touch of honey, a touch of clove, a touch of vanilla, and a touch of earth, pepper, and spice.
Luis, I'm not even a tequila guy, and that's delicious.
Isn't that beautiful? I just love it.
That just goes.
And
then you get to this one.
And then people accuse me of being a cork dork or an extra. I like mine on the rocks. Yeah. A little bit of chill, a little bit of dilution.
And this is the one I drink out of the brand.
The añejo. Yeah. So this is our añejo. Now, the law requires only 12 months in aging. We do it for 23 months total, almost twice what's required. And of those 23 months, the first 19 are in a whiskey barrel, 2 years or older. The last 4 months are in a California Cabernet used barrel again. And you get incredible, shut up, Luis, and let you drink, right? Because
that's pepper. I can taste a good amount of pepper, right? And whereas my palate completely off.
So pepper, earth, and spice are the natural properties of agave itself.
Okay.
And then you get the wood, tends to give you a touch of woodness, which would be a little bit peppery, but then it's got these sweet tones of vanilla and cream and honey and nougat and caramel, all that kind of stuff. So you get all this kind of plethora of flavors from the wood. Then you get this sort of spicy, peppery flavors from the agave. Yeah. And if you do it right, it's a wonderful expression, and you get all these different notes and flavors. So.
Right. No, I love it. Absolutely. Yeah. This is what I have in the house.
Beautiful. Yeah. And so the extra añejo now, when we harvested that, it was already an 8-year-old agave, which is very mature for an agave. Think about this. It was 30 pesos per kilo to buy it. Okay. Then we aged it for another 8 years. I mean, we bought thousands of pounds of it all. And then after it was done, the process, we put it into a barrel for another 8 years.
Okay.
So it's 16 years in the
project.
project.
16 years after
in
this.
the project total, between the age of the agave and the barrel. And so this, my sense is that had I left it in the barrel for another year or so, it would have become like creme brulee and candy. Because as it is right now, it still has little overtones of the pepper, earthy spiciness of the agave, but it's got lots and lots of the sweet notes, as Steve is saying.
And this is about $1,500 a bottle.
Retail.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. That's a gem right
Isn't
there.
that incredible?
Yes,
That's
sir.
a gem.
We've been told.
Yeah.
The head guy for all of buying for a beverage for Wynn and Encore, Luis presented a briefcase that opened it up, had each one. He said it's the finest tequila he's ever tasted in the world.
That is by far the best tequila I've ever had. by far.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he said
you know,
the same thing. You're echoing his thoughts.
and to your point, we're a growing brand. We're being recognized. We've got a great valuation. People are understanding we're the most awarded brand. 10 double gold medals. Everything is happening to us within a very huge growth industry.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we'd like to advertise some more. But once people put it in their mouth. So one of the things we've been doing, we go to distributors that have the right kind of brands, that they're teaching the right certified sommeliers, the right hotel bar, the right wine steward at a store, so that those guys can continue to take the message on.
This isn't something you want at Circuit Circus. This is something you want. This is something you want at Bellagio and Aria and Wynn.
Poolside.
Well,
Yeah.
MGM, all our
Right.
hotels
Yeah.
are good.
And that's going to be a challenge for us, I think, as we continue to grow the brand. You want to continue to create that allure of being ultra premium, of being scarce, and those kind of things.
Quit your
But
day job.
but you also want volume. It's a business. We
Yeah,
want
right.
volume. Too.
Yeah.
So we're playing that fine line between being very boutique, very hard to find, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but growing the brand. I mean, our numbers look very solid. We are on track to do about 35,000 cases by the end of 2022. 2023 we should do about 55. 2024 we should be about 80, and in 2025 we should be like 120 or so. At that point, we're worth $500 million, and
Yeah.
just write me a check, somebody.
Perfect.